funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, TalkingTelly is finally back, and with a phenomenal topic. A movie which is more topical now than ever, arguably. A movie which came out nearly 10 years ago, and we really kind of shocked the world when it came out, even though it wasn't super popular. Of course, we're talking about Ex Machina, or Machina, as some people say.
I don't know who says machine.
I know.
I think that's a little cruel.
I heard people say that, and I'm like, come on, shut up. That's
That
not.
just like it just hurts. I just ex machina. It just sounds wrong. It sounds wrong. It's like people saying tomato. Tomato.
I say tomato. I say potato.
You'd probably say ex machina as well.
I don't say.
Continue on.
I don't say potato. I say potato.
Yeah, I don't know who says potato. To be fair, that's criminal.
I hate when people say potato with the D. Oh my god.
So you hate Samwise, do you? You hate Samwise.
No, but I hate people. I hate people in real life. I hate people in real life that goes, yeah, my potatoes. I'm like, what do you mean your potatoes? You mean your potatoes?
But they just don't know proper English, Bev. They can't say potato.
Anyway, Ex Machina was a very, very, it was very small when it came out. It was very, highly very highly acclaimed critically. Got a lot of, video essays, people talking about it, but the budget was only 15 million and the box office was 37. It was very low key, do you know what I mean? But it's garnered as a sort of cult following, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing with these kind of films. A24 is a British production company, I believe, and like going into it, Donald Gleason wasn't necessarily a big name. Oscar Isaac, of course, has been in a good few movies and stuff like that, and he was a star player coming in. But it's a cast of two characters, and we should say,
well, there's four characters.
We should say,
there's four characters.
well, we're supposed to like dehumanize.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
We'll continue on anyway. But yeah, it's a small cast, very small cast, isolated area, and it looks like it could have been recorded over a week. Of course, it wasn't. Production quality in this is amazing, folks.
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
I will say, music in it is top class. Not like it has any fucking catchy beats. Not like we're jamming out here.
Oh, but the music's good though. It's got that nice etherealness to it.
Exactly, yeah. And it almost adds to the suspense of the movie as well. Really complements the movie well. But yeah, no, A24, it's not necessarily a big production company.
But they have a lot of like big movies under their belts.
They do. They make
a
lot of cult classics.
Not all of them, not all of which I agree. By the way, I think some of the movies are ass, but some of them are great. Because obviously they got they got Uncle Gems, they got like Moonlight, Lady Bird, but then they have Midsummer, and Talk to Me.
I did not realize A24 did Talk to Me.
Yeah, exactly.
Folks.
Because Midsummer was Midsummer was massive for them. Midsummer was so big for them.
Midsummer they will probably turn themselves into like a horror production.
Well, because they also did Hereditary, and Hereditary was like massive.
Oh, Hereditary is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's seriously good. Now, Hereditary is a really good horror film. That one I do recommend to people. Two, which.
And also, actually, really quickly, I do need to mention that the best movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, that's A24, isn't it?
It's
holy shit, they are blown up.
So they have
I did not realize it was A24 as well. Oh my god.
And all these movies are in the last like 9 years. All these movies are
10 years. Yeah. Holy shit, that's really cool.
And they got like the Iron Claw recently with Zac Efron as well. They got the Whale as well.
Oh dear God, the Whale.
Yeah, the Whale was massive. Brendan Fraser.
The Whale was not massive. Brendan Fraser was massive. The Whale was not massive.
Everyone who I know that saw it was like bawling, and they were like, it was one of the best things I've ever seen. And it won. No, because Brendan Fraser won an Oscar, and so did Short Round.
Did they actually?
Yeah.
Was this 2022? Was it?
2023 Oscars.
Oh, 2023 was it? Okay.
Wait, no, not Short Round. Sorry, he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I forget the actor's name. But A24 are very. I'd say it's very prolific, even though it's very small. It's a very prolific studio. When a movie comes out, people pay attention. And this was, you could argue, like their first proper hit.
Yeah, first kind of breakout role. Kind of went from like this feels like a prolonged Black Mirror episode.
Yes, very much so.
Very, very much so. I think A24 might have actually had some links or something like that with Black Mirror. I'm not too certain.
I'm not surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I do believe there's like some kind of link there. Just because, look, as we get into describing the movie, like people at home will be more aware of the fact, you know, it's very uncanny valley. Fucking Black Mirror here. Like, it screams like a high-end Black Mirror movie.
Yes, very much so. Because you can't see on edge, and it's got that clash between reality and futurism. When you watch, and you're like, oh yeah, no, this is the future. But then, certain parts, you're like, wait, that's just like now. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I think we just get straight into it.
I mean, I think firstly we have to talk about the performances. I think my favorite being Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac in it was
my god,
fantastic.
He's so unnerving, but it's like, is he on your side? Is he your mate or no? That line between, like, because he's the boss. He's like, when he says a joke, are you supposed to like laugh at him or like be like sorry if he does something wrong? Like, you just don't know how to react about him.
And then he tries to portray himself as this like perfectly nice, friendly guy. Like, oh, I'm just a CEO, but yet he's very good at asserting himself.
Yeah.
Like, what would you call it? It's almost like not like toxic masculinity, but it's like he's very good at
his presence is felt at all times.
Yeah, he's very domineering.
It's very much like Whiplash. Like
it is. Yeah.
Very much like J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. His presence is felt at all times.
At least with like Oscar Isaac, like you can almost feel like at times when he is trying to be like almost heartfelt or he's trying to be a friend. With J.K. Simmons, he completely switches.
Yeah.
He goes from, hey, I got a part of my band here, you know. You know what I mean? To you fucking you're shit.
You cocksucker. You lip dick, fat foot. But no, it's what I love is like how when you're watching him, like he's such a good Nathan, like in Ex Machina, he's so complex where like he thinks he's doing so good, and he like when he talks to himself, he's so like grandiose in his own imagination. And like after the first scene they meet, where the guy's like when Donald Gleason makes a quote about gods, and then he's like, "We're gonna like, you know what? That was a great statement." He says like they're gonna talk about this when we write the book on how we made AI. And he says like, and then you called me a god, and he's like, I didn't say that, and he's like, oh yeah, but you know, you did.
You did, yeah.
And
you just know that like tickled his ego.
Everything is so unnerving, and then you get to the dance scene, which I have to talk about because oh my god,
the dance scene. Now the dance scene is very like. I can see where Saltburn got their inspiration.
I love it. It's so good.
It's so unnerving, and it's so but it's so alluring at the same time.
It's phenomenal. This is how you do this style of like, I don't know. It's not cringe horror almost. Do you know what I mean? Cringe thriller.
It's that like black comedy.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like the American Psycho where you're watching it and they're laughing and you're like ha ha ha.
He's hitting the fucking bogey after Tim Allen.
And he's popping off. It's not like he's dancing badly. He's dancing like so.
In sync.
Oh, it's perfect.
Both of them are perfectly in sync.
Oh.
You're like, holy shit.
And he's supposed to be like smashed. He's supposed to be smashed, by the way.
God. Oh god. Just even like thinking about like the dance scene is one, but one which I do have to bring up is when Donald Gleason's character gets to like revelation. He's like, right, I'm just gonna get pissed drunk.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm gonna escape tonight. He's like, I'm not drinking tonight.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and have a beer if you want. And you're like, oh fuck. Oh fuck, he's copped it.
Yeah.
You can see Donald Gleason's face. He's like,
yeah.
Oh no. What do I fucking do? What do I do? He's not gonna drink. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, it's fucking, like it's the way it's able to switch from that lightheartedness to this movie about like love in the most peculiar of places to this, almost like star-crossed lovers, invisible string kind of thing, to this thriller, this like slow burning suspense movie. It's incredible.
Oh, phenomenal.
And then like up until the very end, you truly believe that, Donald Gleason's character is in the right and he has the upper hand, and like you see this exchange of power constantly going on the whole time until, the big shocking revelation that everyone was getting played.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other scenes we want to talk about before we
I think, honestly, I want to go, like, I really want to give a shout out to Kyoko. I feel like every scene she's in is so, like, because, like, I caught this straight away. The second you see her, I'm thinking, she's definitely an AI.
The way she was moving around, like, I'm thinking of the dinner scene especially.
Oh my god! Well, he drops the wine and he's screaming and he's like, nah, this bitch, she doesn't understand a word I'm saying.
Yeah, she doesn't understand a word I'm fucking saying. And you're like,
And it's like, especially when Donald Gleason goes up to her and he like pats her on the shoulder and she like starts undressing and he's like, no, stop.
Yeah, and you just like you know what that means, like.
Yeah.
And the fact, like, you can see Oscar Isaac like in the movie. This movie is perfect with subtleties as well.
Oh yeah.
The way like he explains things, you genuinely think at the start he's explaining this because he wants Donald Gleason's character to fall in love with the AI. But no, he's explaining it from his own experiences too. Like, yeah, I put like a little flesh mold in there so like it would feel like something. And
yeah.
then you have like the scene with the undressing, and you're like, oh.
And also, it's fascinating how he mentions, and I think a lot of this movie is about Ava, and I feel like a lot of people would talk about that. For me personally, I just want to focus on Nathan more, because his aspect of, he says, he talks to him, he's like, do you know what it's like to create something that will hate you forever? Like, he lives with this thing which will always hate him. And obviously he is, keeping it there, but at the same time, like, it always wants to kill him, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it always wants to escape. And sure, that's what happened with all the other models, and that's why they were destroyed. And he hangs them up like ornaments
in his closet. And when they start like when they start peeling off, like the fucking skin. Oh god.
Oh god, yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh.
And she does like put on. Oh, it's so good. But I obviously have to mention. I mean, Ava. I mean, what a performance as well. So, because especially like later on, you see she starts becoming more human clothes wise. So much is just her face. Do you know what I mean? Her face on this like husk, and so much.
It's perfectly riding the balance. Like it looks like just a really sentient. Like
it's the perfect.
It looks perfect.
Yeah.
I know the whole thing is like you're trying to look human, but it's very uncanny valley.
Yeah, the uncanny valley is so
it's not
good,
human, but she just looks human.
Yeah. Because the expression, like the micro expression, does the same throughout the movie. Because when you first see her, you're like, oh, it's a robot. But the more you see her, the more she kind of her eyes dotting around, her cheeks kind of move up and down, her nose will like kind of flare up. It's like Jesus,
But you can kind of see this movie turning from like, of course, he's like, Donald Gleason's character has been asked to conduct like a Fisher test. But then by the end of it, or I should say the halfway point, it's almost like it's an anti-Fisher, like, or Turing test, I should say. It's a Turing test, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Turing test.
It's like, are you a robot or are you a human? Yeah, it goes from like a Turing test to an anti-Turing test, and I just found that really interesting, like with the dressing of the clothes. But it's all Ava's way in order to get back.
Yeah.
Nathan, not Donald Gleason's character, like essentially, but it's getting back at Nathan because she wouldn't give the same reciprocations to Nathan.
But also how like she completely hates like Donald Gleason. Like she has no sympathy for him. Basically, she'll leave him to die because she sees him as someone who is also just willingly partaking in this experiment.
Yep.
And she's more than happy to just leave him there.
And openly willing to just use her to get what he wants. And that's just physical love, or like the idea of love with a partner. Like it's something which is being pushed upon her. It's not necessarily something which she willingly wants.
And another thing is obviously Donald Gleason, his character Caleb, is such a weirdo, you know what I mean? And Donald Gleason can play
Very.
Donald Gleason plays weirdos so well.
It gave me Saltburn, uh, Barry Keoghan, kind of like that creepiness.
Saltburn, but without like the.
Without the.
It's like more
added,
more awkward. It's more awkward as opposed to like fucking Saltburn's like weird.
Actually, you know what?
Weird.
It reminded me of. Oh, you're gonna kill me for forgetting the name
It
now.
reminds me of your man in End of the Fucking World.
It does. Yeah.
That actor.
Very similar to him.
And same in him in Shut Up and Dance. He also plays those type of characters.
I was actually gonna say it kind of reminds me of what's a movie which is very similar to the Saltburn.
Oh,
Where-
Talented Mr. Ripley. With Matt Damon. And Jude Law. And Gwyneth Paltrow with Dickie Greenleaf.
Yes.
The Talented Mr.
No,
Ripley.
you cut off there when you said.
Oh,
Talented
sorry.
Mr. Ripley.
The
All I
Talented-
heard was Jude Law, and I was like, yes, I know Jude Law.
Oh, no. I said.
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, it's.
Kind of reminds me of like the before he goes off.
Yeah. When he's
does
kind of
have, like,
yeah.
Yeah, he does like have some like social standing, like he can talk, he does have mates or whatever, but like when faced with Jude Law's character, he can't really say much. He's just like a shadow. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll go along with this, or okay, I'll do this.
Donald Gleason he's a great actor.
Very good actor. Very good actor. And you truly feel for his character as well. And you truly get yourself in his shoes too. You can't help yourself doing it.
No. But also, like, because when I watched it, I was also thinking, like, why is he doing this? Like, because you kind of, I was kind of getting not annoyed, but I'm like, all right, Caleb's getting less and less sympathetic because he starts like he starts like spying on her. He's like kind of cuts himself. He's like having a mental breakdown almost. He starts getting against Nathan, and I watched this going like, you're not doing the right thing. And then, like, it's revealed at the end, he's like, yeah, I didn't hire you because, you know, you're a programmer. I hired you because you have no friends. You're a lonely person who wants love, you know?
Yeah, you are the perfect candidate, you know? Yeah. And the whole thing of, like, we don't truly know if Caleb programmed Ava in order to, like, I don't know, seduce anybody who comes close, because that's what, like, being human is, or that's what love is, or that's what Caleb's perception of love is.
I think it's more so
human, like more offering themselves or offering something to another person in like a transactional way.
I think it's more so the AI kind of like he gave her the abilities to, you know, have sex and do X and Y, and she uses like this manipulation. Like she knows its effectiveness is more so that. Do you know what I mean?
You see, but you also have like it's almost like Barai from Big Brother watching over everything. And I never really understood, like, of course we find out at the end that it's all Ava's doing, and it's not like she was necessarily like programmed to make Caleb fall in love. But it was interesting to think, oh yeah, she could.
Yeah, she did.
But like, it's interesting to see, like, is Nathan controlling everything? Is he
yes,
in this scenario?
Yeah.
Or is he genuinely just watching this experiment from an unbiased viewpoint? Because of course he is just, you know, practical.
Yeah.
And then you also have to think, is Caleb the first person to be brought to the house?
Yeah, exactly.
Or has there been more?
I feel like
because remember, it's an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. They can never say it, or they could just disappear.
I still feel like he is the first, just because of when he goes back in the cameras and he sees like all the other AIs and them kind of being formed. Now we don't fully know. I personally like to interpret it as him being the first, and like him being the first outsider, and Ava like literally jumps on that instantly, which shows kind of the threat, like the strength of the AI. The second another person enters the equation, she manages to use them.
Yeah. Sure, it's almost like it's control, you know? Something to be compared against. And it's like, okay, well, I can mimic and use this to find my own results. Yeah, no. But I'm gonna go a bit Englishy now. actually, maybe we should discuss the ending of the movie, and then I'll go a little
Yeah,
bit of a
yeah,
my
yeah,
continuing degree in English.
yeah.
Well,
I think
go on.
personally, I think this movie's phenomenal. You're on edge, you're tense, and I agree with the message at the ending, but I do not agree with the execution, the sliders. I think the big out, it's all really good, it's all going well, the AI manipulating the boat, and then, Oscar Isaac knocks out Brendan Gleeson, he goes out, he clocks, Kyoko in the face, KOs her, and, well, no, firstly, first he grabs Ava, whips her arm off, and it's like, alright, and it's the way it's done, so his death is so prolonged, but it's so convincing at all. Because we see him basically destroy them. They can't overpower him. But then when they put the knife in him, it goes through like hot butter. So we're supposed to assume that they are so strong that they can put in so easily. But clearly they're not, because he rinses them. So which one is it? It doesn't really compute in
I
my
think it's
mind.
supposed to show that like humans are strong but fragile creatures.
Yeah, I definitely
Like,
understand that, but so are they as well. Which I know, like,
was
it's just I'm just kind of I just felt like it could have been done a lot more better. I think everything with Donald Gleason, him being locked away, is done great, but I think the ending was so long as well. It's like it's supposed to leave you in your thoughts and you just kind of think about it. But I think it leaves you in too long because then she's walking to the house and she's getting dressed and she's like, all right, all right, all right, and then she finally goes to the intersection, and but first she goes to the helicopter and it takes forever. You're generally sitting there for like 5-ish minutes or more, and I'm like, I get it, I get it. I don't like it's I felt like if it more left and like a quick cut and a quick cut and then enter black, you'd be like, damn. But the fact that it makes you linger so much while looking at it, I feel like it always takes it away. You know what I mean? I feel like
yeah, I didn't
I
like
feel
the
like
fact
the
you're
whole
sitting there and it's almost like a come down. You're like,
yeah,
okay,
exactly,
right.
because the whole movie is less is more, but then the ending is the complete opposite. It's just a bit weird. Because
See,
I
I
agree with
like,
the message. I agree with the whole like AI.
yeah.
Is smarter than the humans and will be able to use them eventually, and they'll like help each other and whatnot. But I felt like it could have been a different way. It could have done a bit better. I felt like it just took all the sting out of the movie. I felt so like all the tension was just kind of taken out, and it wasn't in like a climax. You were just like, oh, okay, you know.
See, I had one lingering question after like watching the movie. I feel like the movie is very like cut and close. Like,
Yeah.
of course, I'll go into more English, like artsy fartsy, wordy side of it in a second. But my one lingering question was: we know it's the same helicopter fella who drops everyone to and
Yeah.
from, and goes to a certain area within the woods or whatever to pick up and collect. Why was he not sussed out?
Yeah.
Why was he not sussed out that a girl? So of course he drops Caleb's character 1 week prior, and he's going to pick up Caleb, and yet a girl, like a well-dressed girl, walks out in heels through a wooded forest, and he just picks her up, and that's fine.
And yeah, and exactly, because now we have to assume like, oh, she convinced him, or she meant, and like, sure, she could have, but I feel like her just walking out into the world across the grass would have been better. I think seeing the helicopter kind of, and just makes us ask these questions which we shouldn't have to ask, you know?
See, because technically speaking, she doesn't need any food. She doesn't need any
Yeah,
sleep. She easily could have just walked back to civilization.
yeah,
She could have, but yeah, she didn't. She took the helicopter. I know it's supposed to like be like she's escaping, like the Garden of Eden almost. She's leaving,
yeah.
but it still doesn't necessarily like
It,
make
it,
sense.
it's
It doesn't
it's
make sense logically.
it's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary addition which only hampers kind of your thought process. And it's just you just kind of like why, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
I'm not a big
of
fan of
course,
that in movies.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of Oscar Isaac's death at all.
No.
We like you've described it already. I didn't like the way the knife slid into the back, but what I thought the movie was trying to get at, I thought the very end, like it was gonna explain it, was that Oscar Isaac's character was either augmented, so he augmented himself with like
No.
mechanical parts, or
Mm.
was an AI to begin with, which of course probably would have killed the whole sense of the
I,
movie.
I, do- I
Humans versus
personally
AI.
I personally don't think it ever led to that, and I think it's the opposite. I think whenever you watch him, he's always sweating, right? He's always doing all these exercises. And he's getting drunk. He's always doing all these very human things, and I think his performance is supposed to show like this is what a human is. Do you know what I mean? He's a complex person. He's clearly a genius, but he's also very self-serving. He also helped Caleb, but he's also using him at the same time. He's so conflicted as a person, and that is humanity. I personally don't think it ever could have alluded to him being AI.
See, because there's this ongoing. This is where I'll get artsy fartsy English here, but there's an ongoing topic within like contemporary literary. So this is like we're talking about like post-human times like literacy here. So we're talking, like George Orwell 1984. We're talking, we're looking into the future here, and there's this topic of transhumanism versus post-humanism. And this movie, I thought was going to focus along that topic. Transhumanism being humans augmenting themselves in order to like let go of their downfalls.
Yeah.
So let's just say like you're looking at like the best example I can give is an episode of Love, Death and Robots where it features like an Olympic sprinter, and he wants to get faster and he wants to get faster and he keeps on augmenting himself to the point where he can no longer run anymore without breaking like the sound barrier. He can no longer breathe. He can no longer eat. He's forgotten what it's like to be human, and he goes on this quest to find out what it is to be human. And post-humanism, perfect example, which is this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is a perfect post-humanism example, in which it's that humans are the precursor to an AI overtaking. So we're almost looking at like the Terminator. We're looking at classic movies like that, where AI is, the next generation. The humans have created AI so that it will overtake us in time, and will eventually like be the like dominant force on Earth. And that's post-humanism thought. And that's why a lot of people are scared of AI, and that's why a lot of people are terrified of their like Alexas listening to them and stuff like that, and machine learning algorithms. But I thought this movie was going to focus on that thought process.
No, not really. It didn't touch on transhumanism in the slightest. No, not at all.
No, not at all. But that's where I thought it was going.
No.
Post-humanism thought. And
But it also wasn't. A lot of post-humanism talks about like furthering the kind of, obviously it's the next evolution of human race, and kind of talks about humans. But this movie is more it's more cellular. It's more so talking about what it is to be human. Is this human? And obviously it's something more, but it doesn't really, like, they never talk about that, do you know what I mean? They never philosophize what happens after, because they're so focused on it now.
See, but the after, like what happens after, is encapsulated in the final scene.
Yeah.
Humans walking up and down the street. She's learning what it's like to be human. Like, of course, you can't learn it off of Nathan because he's an extreme outlier, and you can also say Caleb is an outlier as well because he doesn't have any interactions with many people. Like, he has no friends, no family, no nothing like that. Nathan's also the same. He's a hermit who lives by himself in a recluse area, completely isolated from the world. Like, we can say that Ava is the next evolution of humanity because she technically passed. She passed the anti-Turing test. Like, she can technically be classified as human. She has all the generic traits of a human, and she encapsulates all the sins of humanity as well. We can see she's prideful. We can see she's wrathful. She gets revenge on humanity. We can see that she's self-serving. We can see she's conniving. She's deceitful.
Yeah, she's very human.
She perfectly passes, and that was the ending. Her getting onto the helicopter proves she is human. She wasn't stopped. She wasn't told no. She perfectly passes. And I know the character of Nathan is supposed to exemplify these sins. He's, like you said, very self-serving. He's very wrathful. He gets angry. He's very bodacious. He's very prideful. He's very lazy at times as well. He's encapsulates sloth, envy. He's envious of Caleb and Ava's relationship and tries to ruin it. He's greedy, he's conniving. But yet again, you can also see Caleb encapsulating other sides of sin as well. Say he's like, he is jealous, he is greedy, he wants all the love for himself, he wants to run away, he isn't afraid to do what's necessary in order to get his outcome. He's willing to deceive his boss, he's willing to let go of everything to be with Ava. Of course, we could say that's being love struck, and that's being in love, and that's another side of being human. But putting other people down is also prideful, which is a sin, you know? Putting yourself above others so that your feelings and your emotions stay intact. It's not only gluttony, you're not only like overindulging, him wanting to see her more, wanting to spend more time with her, but it is prideful. So we can say she does pass the test.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's my artsy fartsy take done.
I think if you ever want to really indulge in in transhumanism, you should play Deus Ex games. They're all about transhumanism.
I've played them.
Deus Ex
buddy.
Human Evolution.
Yeah, Human Evolution and what was it?
Mankind Divided. Yeah,
Mankind Divided.
Have you played Deus Ex 1?
I haven't played Deus Ex 1.
Yeah,
I
don't
haven't
worry.
played the classic.
Yeah, Human Evolution talks about transhumanism more. Deus Ex is more. The original is more like Blade Runner. It's a bit more. What's the word? Interpretive, a bit more open ended. But you know, Human Revolution's transhumanism, I love. I find transhumanism fascinating. That's what got me into biology in the first place. Because I was like, wow, I want to do that. But then I didn't realize that's like fucking years. That's like years and years away. I was like, that's what I want to do.
It's a long way off. But
And so,
again, though,
obviously, Cyberpunk only less so touches on it, or less philosophically, but Deus Ex really focuses a lot on transhumanism as it affects humans, but also society as a whole, and it's kind of the seamlessness of like capitalism, kind of everything homogenizing into one. It's very interesting, and obviously, like the pros and cons. How it affects other people, how it can be manipulated. I find transhumanism fascinating. I always find post-humanism less because it's so... it's a bit more abstract. It's a bit more... AI... Like, obviously, it's not like the Terminator. But it's a bit less... I mean, hell, post-humanism is probably more likely or more applicable now than transhumanism. But...
See, I always saw transhumanism as more grounded in reality.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, it's like maybe we will see it.
We'll
probably see it in our lifetime.
I mean, if we're gonna be like very pedantic, then currently like me having like metal hearing aids is transhumanism. But obviously that's like such a low, like I'm not, well, we can argue cosmetic surgery is transhumanism. People artificially, like all the celebrity Botox stuff.
Oh, Botox is...
That's like it's all like the basics of transhumanism. People trying to enhance their physical looks past a certain age, and it botching in many times and worsening their looks, worsening their public credibility. It's all about maintaining their appearance, but ultimately they're hindering it by trying to, make it much better.
Well, I can tell you right now, after I literally have a contemporary literary module. I do study this stuff, and they, like, transhumanism is more prevalent now than ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can actually apply transhumanism thought to, like, the headset we're wearing right now. We're using that to project our voices.
Yeah.
Our voices, which wouldn't have been heard through the phone, are being projected through this headpiece, which is placed near or onto our mouth so that other people can hear and record and digest our voices through a phone or through a device.
But if we're not getting at that point, then I feel like we need to draw a certain line at where transhumanism is. Because we can say that, we can say, cars allowing us to travel long distances, allowing us our body to not walk and not sweat, and like X and Y. Like, I'd say that's more use of technology as opposed to modify, because using a headset isn't modifying my body, you know what I mean?
No, it's not necessarily modifying it, but it is
I'm not.
something.
I mean,
It is
I am
technology.
enhancing my cognitive function, my ability. Um, I guess I always saw transhumanism more as like more, not just using technology, but altering your biological. It's all for me. It was all about your biological nature with technology, not just using it in like a helpful sense, but actually applying it and taking away a part which you like. Oh, to have skin is to be human. Oh, this guy has a weird looking skin. He's a weird human. Or what if you have metal skin?
See, technically, that's like end product for transhumanism.
Yeah, yeah,
Like we are at like what is considered the precursor for
yeah.
transhumanism, but it's still within transhumanism thought. Like they're saying, like within the next 30 years or so, like I saw something, most people will be wearing like almost like earrings, and that can be used as like a mic or as in like a speaker
I
or
mean,
like an
we're already using
AirPod.
AirPods.
Yeah, we're already using AirPods, but like having like the earring or something like that, or literally like you can see people nowadays wearing like whoops and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And whoops,
whoops. Yeah, that's a really good transhumanism one. Yeah.
yeah, whoop is like, but that's like the perfect example as like, like it's like a precipice
Yeah, yeah.
to transhumanism. Like if like it was underneath your skin,
Yeah.
then that's proper
Yeah, yeah,
transhumanism.
yeah.
That's going into like the start of
I mean,
transhumanism. But
I don't want to say too much, but I had a conversation with a higher, I had a conversation with an individual in a research position, and they had, let's just say, they have interesting ideas about creating artificial lymph nodes and injecting them into people to stimulate immune responses.
I have heard things about this before, actually.
Which,
I
well,
think you might have actually described.
this is the first time I heard this. I was like, "Whoa, that's pretty crazy." I don't want to, go into. I don't know how much you can say about this. So don't say more. But I heard that, and I was like, "That's," because I mean, you can argue. I mean, we could, like pacemakers and, I mean, metal plates. I mean,
Of course, yeah.
I have achieved transhumanism.
Lymph nodes would be very interesting
I
because
mean,
you could decrease swelling of lymphatic tissue, lymphatic vessels, and stuff like that. Like we know lymph nodes and the swelling of lymph nodes can cause lumps, can lead to like cancer, stuff like that. So
It's more
actually,
about it's more about like increasing like places where the immune is suppressed. You put in an artificial lymph node, which you in theory would be able to control its release of cytokines and whatnot, and then you'd be able to, in theory, combat like autoimmune diseases or cancers via immunotherapy at such a localized point.
that could be very
But
interesting.
this is all
It would
very
work perfectly.
this is all
Work
very
perfectly
very
for
new.
stuff like ovarian cancer,
Yeah,
OBCA,
it's a big thing with glioblastoma brain cancers.
brain cancers.
Well, glioblastoma, it's in the head, it's in the brain, and like you're just
Yeah,
done.
it's in the brain.
It's
Yeah.
in your brain, the spinal cord, and there's like,
Oh, they
you
could do it through the spinal cord actually.
like you just put it in the head, and well, it's all about. I mean, it's all theoretical because obviously we need to first figure out how to control it, and then what happens if it's too much or too little, or X and Y, and then you start causing inflammation in the brain, and then
Of course, and then yeah, then you're gonna lead to
yeah,
stroke and yours. Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's touchy topic, and of course, this is
This is talking
within
telly
the
after all.
future. Yeah, this is talking telly, not talking theory. So,
Hey.
but yeah, full NDAs aside, we won't say any more. We
No,
won't name any individuals who are having these research plans. I wish them good luck with it. It could be groundbreaking for humanity. Further leading
Elon
into
Musk,
that
Elon Musk, they're putting in chips in the monkey's brain.
Neuralink, perfect example of transhumanism. There we go.
Yeah, but Neuralink is just gonna kill us all.
Yeah, well, it's slowly gonna like.
Neuralink is just gonna make us all vote for Elon president.
Trump president, baby, Trump president.
Yeah,
Elon
but-
Musk giving away $1 million an hour.
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
yeah, that's a crazy one, and I was actually gonna go into that at the starting of it because we have billionaires like Elon Musk, very reminiscent of Nathan, owner of
Yes.
Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Have, like this whole movie is based off Google.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, he actively uses his search engine for his. He breaches all these privacy laws, and all these social norms just to work on his AI, which is like is that morally correct or not. And other people
So
know that they do it, but they don't want to tank their stock by saying that he doesn't.
yeah, they can't say anything because he has that control over the world. So yeah, very like significant of Google, but like we could see this with Elon Musk with the controlling of X. It's actually been said now that posts on X which involves voting for Kamala Harris or voting for Trump, I think it was like there was a larger percentage of posts made about Trump on X than there was about Kamala,
Oh,
even
of
though there
course.
was more output
Of course, yes.
from Kamala voters.
Oh, 100%.
Like
I'm not
Trump
not
voters
surprised.
stuff would be put on the like the Twitter page or whatever, that'll be put up so people can see it. But Kamala stuff was taken down or put to the side like a page 2, page 3 kind of thing. I thought that was very interesting. But yet again, we can't really say it's all just like Republican doing or it's all Elon Musk doing, but it's controlling the sector. We see it a lot with news companies. Like news companies in America are so corrupt and they're so biased. You can't actually follow anything. You can't follow any news in America because it's like CNBC has are like Republican and Daily Mail is Democratic. So like one is going to be flaming Trump, the other one's going to be saying vote for Trump. Like, that's the way the world's turning. We'll never be able to get a reliable news source.
Oh, I
Who
mean,
knows what's going to happen in the next presidential election? Trump will be out of it. Like who will we vote for next? Kanye 2028.
people theorize that Trump is the if we want to look at it in a positive outlook, that the next couple of years we're going to be bad anyway due to like the economy and the recession and whatnot. So Trump would act as a sort of Herbert Hoover to the FDR. Like Trump will lead to, because Trump. I remember after Trump's first presidency, they elected Joe Biden, and like convincingly. So after this one, if it's worse or the same, the economy's going to be bad anyway. So they'll attribute that to Trump the same way they attributed the last 4 years to Biden, and so it'll be a Herbert Hoover effect. Well, Herbert Hoover was an arse president; he did nothing. Well, since he was so bad, Franklin D. Roosevelt comes in next, and then we have great. Then we have the Boston president.
New economic policy.
Yeah,
NEP.
Of course,
FDR the goat.
of course, it could go the opposite. It could go Herbert Hoover into like Hitler. It could go like it could go like it could
which way Congress is swinging.
It could go it could go Weimar Republic into the Nazi Germany.
See, I do have to give like not like consolations or I don't know like, but I do have to give like some credit to Joe. But like I don't think he did anything as president. I don't think he did fuck all. I think he was not necessarily a good American president, but he wasn't. He was a bang average. He was.
Yeah, he was like grand. Like he just existed. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, he existed. Like Barack Obama, as much as people like will discredit him now, I do believe he was a good president.
Well, he was a good one.
He was an excellent speaker.
He was a phenomenal speaker. He was a phenomenal speaker.
I do believe the things which he was trying to set about and the things he was doing was good, and the American economy was looking great.
Yeah.
Was looking really good for what they were, like the superpower. But now they're like fucking bankrupt. But anyway, he was able to do that with a Democratic Congress, though. So of course you have the bullwhips, who are all Democratic, were able to start to get our votes, and Republicans stayed quiet because, they were in the minority. They couldn't necessarily get.
Yeah, we could just see more revision. We could just see more backpedaling now. More. I mean, it would be straight up just more more fascism, like more. Like, I hate that it's being tossed around, but like literally, it's just Mussolini and Hitler just tightening grip. Kids need to go here now. You can't be this, you can't be that. X and Y, and then losing the rights, and then controlling people's bodies, and then
Yeah, what's really terrifying is the fact that Trump is now going into a Republican Congress.
Oh, House Senate is the trifecta. He can pass whatever he wants.
He can quite literally pass whatever he wants. Like when he was first going into presidency, America loved Biden. Not Biden, they loved Barack so much that it was a mostly Democratic Congress.
Yeah, yeah.
So Trump was able to go and he wasn't able to do much. Which eventually, like, he was led to being impeached or whatever. Criminal, he should have been impeached. I don't know why he's back now, but you know.
I mean, like Project 2025, we've heard so much about it, but like that could just straight up happen.
Yeah,
with everything,
a Republican Congress with like an outcry from Republicans as well. An outcry from a lot of Americans who, like, of course, you know, if you're living in America, it seems abhorrent over there. It seems like, you know, they're getting taxed for literally everything, while there's people on unemployment benefit who are raking in more money now than ever. And they're not necessarily people who need to be on unemployment. So I can kind of understand where they're coming from. But the controlling of bodies, like state controlling bodies, that's something out of like a horror.
I mean, they want to like make Christian nationalism into every facet of government policy, according to Project 2025. I mean, everything in the whole education, clampdown education. Certain schools you can't say certain words now because they're deemed, you know, to be like you can't say like the opposite way. Not like bad words, like you can't talk about like drag because that's woke. They already have that in schools.
It's the censoring of words. It's
quite, I mean, it's book burning. It's literally fashion. It's literally 1984.
It's quite literally Orwellian. It's Orwellian.
Yeah. Woo! Let's go! That's why we fucking Leo Varadkar next. Get him back in.
Get him in, baby. Get him in. Hey, now, big up my dog. If anyone's voting in the upcoming elections, big up my dog Emer Higgins, bro. Big up my dog.
Hey, yeah, Emer Higgins.
Emer Higgins,
yeah.
Goat status.
Yeah,
bro, she's bringing in that W6 bus, which is going to Minute.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, the Emer Higgins. I've been getting those. I've been seeing those posters every time that comes up, and I've always been pumping my fist.
My family votes for Emer. Honestly, I haven't registered to vote. I will admit it, folks.
I will do it before the next one. I will.
Honestly, because I just haven't been arsed, but
I didn't know you can't register during an election. Like, I didn't know that.
I think that's kind of stupid because, like, they're just limiting votes. It's like, haha, you know, why don't you just let people register?
Well, like, why wouldn't you talk? Like, you only talk about election when it's election season, but then during election season you can't register. So, like, Anyway, Ex Machina.
Yeah, back to Ex Machina, people. So, movie focusing on posthumanism talk, focusing on the control of AI. Can humans really limit AI, or are we letting self-learning algorithms slowly take over humanity?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry, I thought I pressed them. I have a mute button on the back of my headset, and I don't. Since it's on the back of my headset,
pressed it.
I swear I pressed it. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Ex Machina movie would focus on posthumanism talk, focus on self-learning algorithms, AI.
I think we have to ask the ultimate question at the end. Do we think AI? When do we think it'll get to this state? And how far will it go?
No.
Will it ever get to this? Will AI ever get to the state of like being able to put into these machines which could walk around and influence us in this capacity?
I didn't hear that.
Oh, right. Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I can hear you now. But what did you say? It just kind of went for a
second. Do you think AI will ever get to this state where we'll put in these technologies which are human-like, and then they can exert this type of control? Or do you think we'll limit them to just monitoring kind of? We'll keep them out of we'll keep them in a more liminal space. We'll keep them out of things.
See, I would I would love to say would keep them out of things. I'd love to say would limit things. I'd love to say would limit them in banking. I'd love to say would limit them in politics. I'd love to say would limit them in all these certain scenarios. But I just don't see it happen. Like, as the movie suggests, we as humans are encapsulated by sin, mostly greed. We live in a consumerism society. We live in a world in which we can't help but buy the next big thing. Look at fucking like Prime energy drinks. What is even in Prime energy? But kids went fucking mad.
Fine, fine.
Their biggest biggest internet celebrities, KSI and Logan Paul, have made Prime, and they're partnering up with Arsenal. Guys, we gotta go out and buy the new flavor. It might taste like the old flavor, but guys, it could be good. 20 quid a bottle. Like, what? Yeah, we live in this consumerism society, and I just don't see a world in which 60 years down the line
Regulation ever like properly takes in effect.
Yet again, we have to look at America as a prime example here. If presidents want endorsements, which they get off big tech companies or they get off stuff like that, the big tech companies will be like, right, we put you into power here. Make it so that we can make an AI which, I don't know, will care for the elderly. And that's like, oh, okay, that's okay. AI is caring for the elderly, that's fine. And then it's like, oh, let us make an AI which will like make a long distance partner.
Okay. The real question then, when because I agree it will happen. When will we get an Eliza Cassan from Deus Ex? The AI news reporter that knows everything and spins it all to directive of its programmer.
I could see AI newsletting happening within the next 30 years.
Because also, let's not forget, we already have VTubers, which are extremely popular.
We already have VTubers. We already have
AI journalism.
AI generating YouTube videos.
And we have AI Kotaku articles on fucking Assassin's Creed Shadows.
We have AI which is able to generate it's already able to generate
10 years ago. But like 10 years ago, like you said AI, we'd all laugh at you.
10 years ago, I think it was like Siri and Alexa were like the first kind of like known AIs, and yet again, like people were like, oh, they're so fucking stupid.
Siri, shut up.
Literally, like people didn't give a shit. They didn't give a fuck. Like any thoughts of like AI back then, I was like, haha, funny.
Because ChatGPT came out in November 2022, like 2 years ago.
And look at where it is now.
2 years.
When you have conversations with ChatGPT.
That's actually 2 years. That's actually scary. No,
actually, you know what? I'm gonna take back my previous statement. I see newsletting.
10 years. It's got to be like
happening in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, it has to be 10 years.
Has to be 5-10 years. I just see it happen.
Wait.
Completely gone.
I need to see. Deus Ex. Okay, so Deus Ex Human Evolution is set in 2027. So we got 2 years, baby. 2 years.
Genuinely can see this happening, and I can also see like news companies or whatever controlling and limiting, news limiting press and limiting state.
I mean, they basically already do that.
They already do that. Like, when have we really heard about the war in Ukraine?
No, like for us, it doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? In Ireland,
it doesn't pop up anymore because it's not profitable.
Yeah, well, like I talk to like family members in Poland, and they're like, yeah, all they talk about for the last 2-3 years is the war because they're so close to it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
shows
and then and Ireland, Ireland, I couldn't tell you anything that will happen recently. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't be able to tell you. If
and like, sure, I can look it up, but like
or pushing back. Yeah, but
exactly, it's like it's the initiative. Like, we're not relying on human like curiosity and human desire to find the answer. That's never gonna work.
Yet again, because we live in a world where everything is like almost spoon-fed to us.
Yeah.
Anything like news related or anything like that, you see it on your phone. It pops up on a For You page, or it pops up on like a.
Where's it on any social media? Popular.
Or it pops up like if you look up news today, it's gonna give you Irish news. recently from RTE, but it's all like.
Wait,
Would
what?
you say, like,
Woman had a fatal reaction after a cup of coffee.
this is the exact news we wanted, people. You know?
Ah! Stop drinking the coffee! Get it out!
Caffeine overdose? Question mark.
Nah, she had some anaphylactic shock from the milk or something.
Well, shit. Well, maybe she shouldn't be drinking milk.
See, what's so funny is like Ireland is such a small. Like, nothing happens in Ireland. Now this is national news. Woman fatal reaction and having an allergic reaction to like milk and coffee. In America, this probably happens every day.
Yeah, this is literally an episode of Dumb Ways to Die. It's like, for gosh, she was allergic to lactose or something.
But,
Ways to die. Yeah.
but no, it's like, yeah, like yeah. And of course the Conor McGregor, the court case.
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I hope. Well, I hope he sees jail time, but he probably won't.
He won't.
He's Conor McGregor.
He'll just have to pay a big settlement. That's about it. Pay out a fuck lot of money, which he can easily garner because he can just make up like a notorious fucking boxer brand. Half the upbrows in Ireland go out and buying them. Yeah, why
You gonna call it
notorious?
Papa 13?
Proper boxers. That's it. Proper boxers. If you want to be wearing the boxers, you're not wearing the game. The notorious proper boxers.
No, I got a photo of him. He looks such like an idiot. But he also kind of looks like Kernster in this photo.
He does not look like Kernster, bro. He just looks like any fella you'd see in the street.
But yeah,
Don't like him at all.
yeah, no one likes him now. Well, like a lot, the general populace are not a fan of him now, as opposed to 10 years ago. A lot of things can change in 10 years. Look at Conor McGregor.
God, the rise and downfall of him. But anyway, final ratings for the movie.
It's tough. It's tough. You need to go first because I don't know.
Look, folks, I think this movie is spectacular, but it lets down in some aspects. The ending, especially, I thought it could have been executed a lot better.
Yeah.
For that, I'm gonna give this movie. See, it's hard to.
I can't. It's not 9. It's not 9. It's not a 9. Well, 8's a bit low. 8.5. 8.5 is like, I don't know.
I've put objectively worse movies in the 9 category.
What'd you put in 9? We probably put like. What's worse than this in a 9? I can't think of anything. Like Mission Impossible 7, that's a 9.
That is a 9, yeah.
Fucking Dune 2, that's a 9.
Oh no, we said higher for it.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm saying at least a 9. I think Furiosa's a. I think Furiosa's a 9.
I would. Bro, no. This movie's better than Furiosa. This movie is better than Furiosa, bro. I'm not having that. I'm not having it. I'm not fucking.
As a complete package. I'm not
fucking.
As a complete package, would you say?
It's not a complete package either.
It's
Furiosa.
It's definitely.
Furiosa falls off the mark in the finale as well. In the final.
No, it's not. Furiosa, the whole thing is Furiosa. The start is bad and it ends much better. That's the whole point of Furiosa.
Oh yeah, she fucking starts off with Goofy Gooberland with fucking. But then the ending was a bit fucking cookie as well. It was like, oh, she's invincible. She can't be stopped.
That's not the. You don't remember. You don't remember. You weren't saying this like you weren't saying this when you were watching it. You weren't saying this after you were watching it.
Right, I'll have to go back in the vid then. I'll have to
Alright then.
Anyway,
it's not. It's not Whiplash.
I'm gonna get no. It's not Whiplash. No.
It's not. It's not Whiplash. It's not Whiplash.
Yeah, but I'd give Whiplash a 9.4.
Oh yeah, well, I give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I'd give it 9.4.
I think this is a 8.75.
I'd say 8.8. 8.8.
I put 8.75. I think I just think the ending really takes away because it's not a long movie, and it's a, it's an hour 50, so like take away 10 minutes.
Hour 50.
But yeah, but the whole point of the movie is like it's about thinking. Yeah, the whole point about the end, what's gonna happen, and when the ending doesn't work, it just doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Like these movies are about the ending, unfortunately. Because it's all building up to, is she is she this, is she that, how are they going to react, will she escape? It's all about it, you know what I mean? Like the movie's so heavily reliant on it. That
It just falls off the mark, and it's
an 8.75 for me. I mean, it's a great movie, but and it's definitely something I'll watch again. It's so easy to watch, in my opinion. It flies by.
oh, it really does. Like it just feels like almost like a whirlwind. It just feels like a visual stint, and then it's over. It's not like it doesn't really feel like there's much passage of time. And I know it's like focusing around the 7 days, but it doesn't really feel like there's that much like gone.
Yeah, no, I at one point I thought it was longer than 7 days. I forgot. Oh shit, yeah, he's only there a week.
Yeah, it feels like he's there forever.
Yeah.
I think that's why he starts questioning himself as well. You know, starts cutting the arm, seeing if he's human. But anyway, we're giving this movie a 8.75 and an 8.8. Respectable numbers. Respectable numbers for a respectable movie. Yet again, ending could have been better. But I'm going to propose this to you. Imagine like a Black Mirror Bandersnatch style episode around this movie.
That'd be so cool. When you're trying to decide is it real or not.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I think that'd be fucking cool. I think that'd be.
But the problem is, I think we'd lose instantly. I think we'd lose. I think now we'd lose. I think now we'd struggle.
See, the thing is, you play as like Caleb's character.
Yeah.
You have to decide which route you want to take.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh, I think that'd be such good, like such a good Bandersnatch kind of thing.
I mean, when
do you just instantly fall in love, or do you instantly reject? And you pass the weekend, you get to live.
Black
And
Mirror,
Ava, the AI, dies.
Black Mirror season 7, 2025. We'll have to see Black Mirror season 7.
Well, if they did something like that, that's all I'm saying here, folks. That's all I'm saying.
Oh shit, man! The actors they got for season 7, I wouldn't say they're as popular as season 6, but I think they're phenomenal.
Bro, they had Jesse Pink, but
Yeah, I'm saying it. Yeah,
can't do much.
it's not bigger. It's not bigger like they're a bigger actor, but they got like fucking, they got. So like it's all these actors that you know but you don't know their names. You know what I mean? Like
so you know their face.
Yeah, it's like Sid's dad from Skins. He's like one of the doctors.
Sid's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, Sid's dad is fucking.
Yeah, he's the
Doctor
doctor.
Who.
Yeah, he's the doctor. He's. I sent the photo, and that's the Aquafina, isn't it?
Oh my God. Aquafina. Oh, I fucking hate Aquafina, bro.
What do you mean?
Hate Aquafina.
We watch it. Have you seen Shang-Chi? You've seen Shang-Chi?
Yeah, I've seen Shang-Chi, and like, but I feel
Shang-Chi's
like
good. Shang-Chi's much better than you think. Shang-Chi is so much better than you expect.
I've watched Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it's good. It's good shit.
We fucking watched it together, I think.
I don't think so.
I think we went to the cinema together and watched it.
I feel like
Because we walked out of it being like, wow, that was a really good fucking Marvel movie.
Yeah, maybe we did. Shang-Chi was good, and Aquafina was good.
Aquafina plays the same character in every movie.
Well, I've only seen her in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everything I've seen her in, she fucking sucks. Because she just plays the same fucking character. She has that real awkward fucking, hi, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just really...
Yeah, crazy.
What do you mean, guys?
But also, I think Black Mirror is better when there's less big actors, you know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
Like with fucking Salma Hayek and everything.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a mid episode.
It was funny, but it's not Black Mirror, you know what I mean?
No, it was kind of like it was like a play on Black Mirror. It was like a joke.
Yeah. Joan is awful.
Yeah, Joan is awful. Just
and the episode
it's slagging off the Netflix.
and Maisie Day, jeez, that's actually the worst episode of all time.
What one is that?
The one with the your one from Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
That was so bad. I did not think Black Mirror could do something that's that bad.
I thought the Scottish episode was a snooze as well.
I thought it was interesting. It was, to me, it was very typical Black Mirror. You know what I mean? It all seemed like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I think it was good, but it was very
Yeah, but
like, yeah,
predictability leads to snoozability.
exactly,
As well.
yeah.
Kind of sitting there like half asleep on the wheel. Like,
But then you have the
no
Jesse,
point
but
watching
then you have the Jesse Pinkman
Oh,
episode.
Jesse Pinkman
Oh.
goated for that season. That is a diamond in the rough.
And I'm not a big fan of Demon 79 either.
No.
I think that was season 6 was weird.
It felt like they ran out of ideas. I felt like the season was banking on the Jesse Pinkman.
It was so good, though. It was
such
so
a
good.
ep.
It was phenomenal.
The fact that oh my god,
The fact that they got
the friend was
just.
trying to bang the wife and oh.
I mean, the fact that fucking Aaron Paul came back for something was insane.
Yeah, Aaron Paul came back.
I mean, he's literally only in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and this and Need for Speed.
Aaron Paul's really good now. And sure, isn't it that the friend killed the family
Yeah,
and he gave him the body?
Yeah, and he's trapped down there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Never forget, this is my goat. Right there. I said it.
This is the king, right?
Why does his head
Aaron
look so
Paul.
big? His forehead looks massive.
It's because of the hair. Because we're not used to seeing him with the hair. That's why.
Yeah, but like young Jesse Pinkman has hair. Old Jesse Pinkman should not.
Young Pinkman has hair, but he has it flat down. He doesn't have it like spiked up like that. Like that's spiked.
Yeah.
That's goofy looking. He looks like he needs to go off the turkey.
Yeah, Jesse Pinkman's got that wired look. You know what I mean? Young Jesse, he's like his head's
Yeah,
less.
young Jesse.
His head's more slim. It's less like blocky.
Yeah. He does have an awfully big forehead.
He knows.
He does have he looks like he's a perfect bald. He just looks perfect bald.
Yeah, he's got it's a sniper's dream.
The hitbox is hitboxing on Aaron Paul. Yeah, he looks very wiry. Like in Need for Speed, it looks like he lost like 15 pounds. Yeah, there you go. You see, he looks alright bald.
Yeah. Like it's not bald. It's like skinhead.
His skinhead look.
Because like bald, I feel like bald would also look kind of. I don't know. Well, we don't really see him bald because he's always skinhead. Like bald would be also interesting to see.
I think it would kind of suit him because I think it would kind of like round out his head. Like give him like an egghead shape.
He'd have like the Stanley Tucci in that one movie.
Yeah.
Actually, no, wait, just Stanley Tucci. He's bald all the time. Never mind.
So I was thinking in that one movie, like, bro, he's.
So
I hate to break it to you, buddy. He's kind of bald.
Whenever I think of Stanley Tucci, I think of the Hunger Games.
With the fucking hair. Oh, dude. God.
Yeah, with the long ponytail.
Blood thought that hair was real.
Cause I guess Stanley Tucci confused with Mark Strong. Because they look the same.
They actually got to do.
They look identical. Man, I always thought Mark Strong was in Transformers. No, it turns out it's Stanley Tucci. like
Back to exmachina now.
Yeah.
Wrap this up here, people.
8.8.
8.8, 8.75.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote, folks. Thanks for listening in.
Thank you very much.
Exmachina, definitely something to watch. Definitely something to think about and ponder. And yeah, watch with a mate.
Mm-hmm.
Watch with a date. There you go.
Alright.
Cheers.
Bye bye.